We are creating a platform for those who are curious, one that tells the story from the artist's perspective, moments in time captured from the innovators who are reshaping dance, music, theater, and the visual arts. This is the Working Artist Project.
Hey guys, it's Darian Douglas. Welcome to the second season of the Working Artist Project. In fact, if you're back after the first season, welcome home. And if you're not, let me tell you a little bit about this podcast. I sit down with some of the most influential and talented artists from multiple fields, and we discuss the challenges of constructing a successful career as an artist. You will be inspired and motivated after listening to these amazing people conquer challenges and live life on their terms. Welcome to the Working Artist Project.
So I want to welcome Etsuko Tajima to the Working Artist Project. Welcome, Etsuko.
Thank you for having me.
I want to just start things out talking about where you're from and how you got to New York and why.
I'm from Tokyo, Japan. And I guess my mother got me an airplane ticket to New York when I was 17. And, you know, in Japan, you know, when you're 17, it's the last year of high school. It's a senior. Yeah. So it was during summer vacation time, and I didn't have any dreams. I just wanted to hang out every day, with my friend, going to karaoke and photo booth and just hanging out. And my mother goes like, "Etsuko, I got airplane ticket to New York." I'm like, "What? Where is New York? Is that a like gun city? Like people like boom 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 boom?" That was my image. So I'm like, I'm not going. And she goes like, "Well, I got ticket to New York already." I'm like, "Wow, okay." Then that was my first time.
She just wanted you to get out and experience some other things.
Exactly.
Okay. She was worried. It's too much Tokyo. Too much arcade and hanging out with
Exactly. It's karaoke.
So how long have you lived here?
So the first time, when I was 17, I just visited New York for like 3 weeks. Okay. And then I came back. And I fell in love with New York. So I always wanted to come back. So finally, I came back in 2002.
Okay, so wait, what was the years of the first time you came?
1999.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you came back in 2002. Mm-hmm. Then what? You fell in love, and what happened?
Then I decided to stay. I was like, I will stay for like a year or 2 years. Mm-hmm. And here I am.
So when you came back with the intention to stay, or you came back with the intention to visit?
Well, I wanted to stay for at least a year or 2 years. But okay. I didn't plan to stay this long.
So how did you plan on doing it? You had an artist visa? Or
Yeah, I have an artist visa.
So you got the visa before you came the second time?
Right. Okay. Well, first, in the beginning, I had a student visa. Oh. And I switched over to artist visa.
Oh, what school were you going to?
I went to language school first. English language school first. Yeah. First 1 year. And then I went to music school for like 5 years or so. Oh. And then I had OPT after I graduated music school.
Wait, what is OPT?
OPT is optional practical training visa. So you are able to work legally. And then for that period, you have 1 year of optional practical OPT. Okay. And then you will have to switch over to like different kind of visa or something. Yeah.
So were you educated about all of these different types of visas, or was beforehand, or after you came you're like, oh, I can get an artist visa, I can get an OPT?
Right. Yeah, I had no plans.
Okay, so I want to go kind of back. I want to talk about your music career in Japan. And how, because I'm assuming you moved to New York to play music.
Kind of. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I was singing.
Okay.
Yeah, I was singing, and so when I first visited New York when I was 17, I was taken to the Blue Note, and I was able to see all the music scene, and I was like super inspired. So like as soon as I came back home, I started taking vocal lessons, and surprisingly, like a lot of Japanese people are like influenced by like those like black music. I would say like R&B to gospel to jazz,
right,
music.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what's
so.
up. That's the best music,
As you know.
Right, as I know. So your family obviously supported this move. You know what I mean? Like, how did you feel leaving them, and were you afraid?
I wasn't afraid at all. When you're younger, you do whatever. I'll just do it. You don't think at all.
Right.
You just like go for your passion. So yeah. I wasn't afraid at all.
So what was it about New York that you liked more than Tokyo? Because Tokyo is an amazing city.
Yes.
And so you came to New York and you were smitten. You're like, oh my God, I gotta be in New York.
People.
Okay.
I think people are like real. People are, very free to express, how they feel, and then they just go for, their passion. And it's very inspiring. I meet so many like people, who inspires me, so
yeah, like me
people.
And
exactly. You inspire me too. Yeah.
That's cool. So you came here, you like drawn to the people or whatever in New York City.
Yeah.
And so the people in Tokyo aren't like that?
I like the culture, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my country. It just people are more open in New York. So I think knowing my personality, it's easier for me to fit to the environment, where I can express more.
Right. So you got here. Where'd you move? Brooklyn?
I moved to Brooklyn. I was supposed to move to Staten Island. I don't know why.
Why?
I don't know why.
That was your idea?
Yeah.
Oh my, that's terrible.
I don't know. I was like, oh, it's nice to take a ferry every day.
What? No.
I had no idea. I
right.
don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, I moved to Brooklyn. Yeah.
So how did you find that apartment?
That was homestay. So I was staying with. So I was staying with American family.
Oh.
So I think I found that through a website or something, like housing something, the website from Japan.
In Japan.
Yeah.
Oh, so they have like web. So it's like okay. Cool.
They have a website, where they can accommodate,
like kind of an exchange.
Exchange students, kind of. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So I was staying with them for 2 months. Yeah.
And that helps you get your English together. Because we didn't even talk about this. You didn't speak English.
I didn't speak English at all.
Like, not even one word.
Well, in junior high school and high school, we have English class. I have a pen. How do you do?
Right.
Nice to meet you,
Okay.
Yeah, that kind of level.
So, learning the language, like, what kind of challenges did you face with that?
Everything was challenging. Yeah, like writing and reading and listening, everything. Especially the grammar is different, completely different between Japanese and English. So, grammar was definitely one of the most tough. Yeah.
Wow. So, I mean, socially not knowing the language, what was that like?
I felt like always like left alone. I don't know what they're talking. I wish I could understand, what they're speaking, so that So I didn't really have native friends.
How long was it before you felt comfortable speaking English?
It took me a while, at least a few years, or even 5 years or so.
5 years? Wow.
I think so, because I moved to New York, where there are like big not really big, but there's Japanese community, so you can easily find Japanese people,
right?
So that was a good and a bad at the same time.
Okay. So you were just getting yourself immersed into your own culture, but here in a different city.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what happened, like, when you got your first American boyfriend? You were like, oh shit, I gotta be able to be like, dude,
Right, I gotta speak. I gotta express how I feel.
Right. Is that what happened?
Well, some part, yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But,
Wow.
because, when you're angry, you want to say something and like,
Right. You gotta just get it all out.
But yeah, I just wanted to, study, and it just took me a while, Yeah.
So having that support from your fellow Japanese people who are now in America, I'm assuming that they were expats like you, originally coming from Japan. Did that help your transition at all?
If they helped?
Yeah, like hanging out with those people, did it help you transition into this culture a little bit easier?
I think so. I mean, otherwise, if I were put in a situation where there were no Japanese people, I mean, I would have, improved my English, better, faster.
Right.
But I would have suffered from, homesick and all those stuff. It was definitely something positive that, all those Japanese people, encouraged me and learn English together and,
Right.
going out together, and translate to each other together. Yeah. So it was, good positive thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you find yourself still like reaching into that community now?
To Japanese community? Yeah.
Wow. So you guys still support each other?
Yes.
Yeah.
In what way?
In always like, like finding housing and
Oh yeah.
jobs and like, so there's a whole community set up for that here in New York
I
City.
think so, yeah, because we're immigrant and minority, so we have to support each other, so yeah, definitely.
Do you find yourself getting involved in American politics at all?
A little bit, not a lot. My best friend, she's like very all into. I mean, some of my Japanese friends, yes, but compared to them, not really. But I'm definitely, since the vote is a month away, I'm definitely kind of
You're paying attention.
Yeah, paying attention. Yeah. Because I've lived here for a long time, so I have to. I feel like this is kind of my country too, so I have to.
Because wait, how long have you been here now?
13, 14 years.
13 years.
Yeah.
So are you gonna seek citizenship or no? Why not?
Well, I have to make more research, but I want to keep my Japanese citizenship. So if I don't know, maybe if I can get if I can keep Japanese citizenship too, then maybe. Yeah.
So being a Japanese citizen is more important than being an American citizen to you.
I think so. That's this is my roots.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's the only reason you want to be able to go home. I don't even know how that works. Like if they revoke your citizenship in one place and then you decide, you know what, I want to go back to my home country. Like, does your home country revoke you? Are they just like, no, you're American now? Sorry.
I'm kind of losing my identity. Am I Japanese or am I what?
I don't know. When we were in Japan, you seemed pretty comfortable,
Actually, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what do you miss the most about home?
About home? It doesn't make sense, but I miss people at the same time. People are nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you could tell, people are
yeah.
nice, really nice people. Considerate, to other people. And yeah, they're just, polite,
Yeah.
So I kind of miss that, and everything is organized. And
Trains come on time.
Exactly. You don't need to hustle.
The food's
it's
good.
Like, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I want to just switch gears here and talk about, you got a record that just came out.
Yes.
And what's the name of that record?
Infinite Possibilities.
Infinite Possibilities.
Yes.
By Etsuko Tajima.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So like, tell me about it. Like, what does that record sound like, and what was the whole purpose behind it?
Okay, it's always a hard question when people ask me what kind of music, because gender is hard to, put. But I would say like jazz influenced.
Okay.
but a little bit of like pop color to maybe a little bit of R&B color to yes.